welcome back to my brain being turned off. What the fuck am I saying? Hello, welcome back to the I Found This Humorous podcast. The podcast that I named. My emails were just entirely... Actually, I have nothing to hide. This is a rough start. Holy Jesus. Hello, welcome back to the I Found This Humorous podcast. The podcast that I named after looking at my shirt. Why did it take me 37 seconds to just say that? I don't know. Rat of the week. Where is he? Well, I already said he, so spoilers, it's Oscar. Hi, bub. I know that he was rat of the week last week, but he's the goodest boy. It was gonna be Minnie, but Minnie's been she's been testing my patience a wee bit recently, and I trust Oscar to just sit on my bed and chill, and I can't necessarily trust Georgia to do that because she tries to chew on my lights and my vines, and I can't trust Padme to do that because she's too anxious and she'll diarrhea all over my bed, and Minnie was on my nerves. So Oscar's rat of the week again because he is superior, no offense to any of my other rodents. How's everyone doing today? How's everyone doing this week? I'm doing very bad. I'm getting better, but I've honestly just been sad and exhausted, and I did shrooms 2 nights ago, and it was okay, but it was it made me sad, and then I had to call into work the next day because I was really sad. And I woke up early this morning, and now I'm just fucking tired. But I'm excited to just come up here and chill and have a good time. One thing I want to get out of the way first, hold on, is that my upload schedule has changed. Some of y'all might notice. I was uploading every weekday, and I think I am gonna probably change that to every other weekday, so Monday, Wednesday, Friday, just because it's easier for me to get everything I need to do done, that being work, scripting, editing, and then just stuff in my personal life. So yeah, we're down to, I'll probably do more 4 videos a week than 3, but yeah, so we are down a little bit, but that's okay, there's no, that just means that we're gonna be getting some good shit. I literally have one video that I have been scripting for a fat minute because it just is taking a lot of research, but I'm kind of excited for it. I'm not kind of excited, I'm really excited for it because I think it's gonna do good. I think it's gonna be good, but we're not talking about that, okay? This is the podcast. This isn't a video. I can talk about whatever I want. And today, what I'm going to talk about is gender. I was kind of I've had this on my list of ideas for podcasts for a bit, and I was I'll save it for a day, when I have a guest on. And then, coincidentally, all 3 advice emails I got this week were about, gender, and, identity and shit like that. And, then I was, thinking about comments that I get on my, YouTube, and I was let's talk about gender, okay? It's finally time, I guess. It's time to come clean, because I still get a lot of questions about it, even though I feel it's not, for me, it's not that hard to figure out, in my opinion, but let's talk about it, okay? So, first thing we're gonna get out of the way is my gender, because for some reason, a lot of people, don't know. So, I mean, I guess it's, a little bit confusing if you are, stumbling upon my video and you, have no idea who I am, but, I don't know, it takes 30 seconds to look at, almost any of my social media, or, look at certain videos I've made where it's you can tell, so my gender, I guess, is non-binary. So basically, okay, I was born female, and then I identified as FTM for 4 or 5 years. God, fuck, has it really been that long? I'm getting old. I'm 20. I just thought of that yesterday. I was I'm 20 years old. I'm 2 decades old. I don't like that. yeah, and then recently I've been off hormones for almost a year because I stopped in like March of 2020 just because of like the pandemic and everything that happened. It was hard to get to a doctor because I'd also not needed to get an appointment in Austin because I'm not like from Austin. My doctor was in, you know, the city I was born, which is San Antonio, and I didn't want to drive that long. So I was like, whatever, I'll wait. And then started having, you know, like my my identity crisis that I couldn't really ignore because I've like it's always been there and I've just kind of like ignored it or like I guess pushed it away just for like a bunch of different reasons. And then I finally recently have been like accepting the fact of like, oh, I don't like I don't identify as male, and I don't necessarily know what I identify as now. That's why I'm kind of just like I genuinely don't get upset when people like call me he or call me she because I just don't care because I'm still figuring it out myself. But my pronouns are they them. They've been they them for like kind of a fat minute, like a few months. So that is that. Sorry, I'm also really fucking dehydrated. Also, look at this cute little sticker I got yesterday. The hand. She's cute. I got it at this random shop. Which I also, oh my god, they had these really cute leggings and it was 2 pairs for $15. Great deal. I got a green pair and a brown pair. Which is good because that means I don't have to do laundry for at least 2 more days. Because I need to really badly. What the fuck was I just talking about? Yeah, so that is that. And I've been getting comments like I'm not okay. I am not talking about the comments that are like, "Hey, I'm new. What are your pronouns?" or like genuinely like good intentions. I don't care about those. I really really don't. You're not doing any harm. You're not hurting my feelings. Like I don't want to discourage people that just genuinely don't know, but I get like let me just pull up my fucking YouTube studio. I've gotten a lot of, I guess, nasty comments would be the word for it, which, I mean, I said this on, like, my Instagram story a few days ago. I do, like, if you're gonna leave a hate comment one, I don't give a fuck. I've been on the internet long enough to where, like, I've had horrible things said to me, and you can continue to say horrible things to me. I do not give a shit, and I will not give a shit, okay? I don't value the opinion of complete and utter strangers with no profile picture that I'm never gonna meet in real life, that are never going to have any effect on my life. I don't care. You know, you can say whatever you want. I don't care. I've been told to kill myself. I've been called pathetic. It's all good. Like, I genuinely, I turn my phone off and I forget about it eventually. So, okay. My point of that tangent, though, was, like I said it on my Instagram story. If you are, if you're gonna leave a hate comment about my gender specifically, that is just the dumbest thing you could do because I don't care, especially about gender. Like, gender in and of itself, I just feel like is, like, dumb. I don't know. Like, it's not something that, hold on. That's a stupid comment. It's, okay, that's side tangent. Speaking of YouTube comments, people commenting on my Nikita video, some of y'all are so fucking dumb. Some of y'all are so fucking dumb. That's all I wanted to say. I'm not even gonna go off on that tangent, because, like, y'all are genuinely, hate comments don't get to me, but people that are just genuinely unintelligent annoy the fuck out of me. I'm sorry, but, like, it's not that hard to, like, just have common sense. It's not that hard. I genuinely have no idea what I was talking about. Oh yes, gender is dumb. That's what I was talking about. All right, hold on. So let me see. So a few days ago, oh fuck, what was her name? I think her name was Caitlin. And yes, I am gonna say her like name because she left public comments on a public website, so I don't care. You know? Fuck, was her name Caitlin or was it Kaylin or something? I'll just look up the word man, because that's what her comments were. She was just on, like, more than one of my videos. Hold on. What am I doing? Here we go. Kaylin. Got it. Did she ever reply to me? No. Okay. So she commented on my Charlie D'Amelio video 5 days ago. And she just said, "You're a man." And I said, "Sweet." Because I don't care. You can think that. I don't care. I wasn't born a man and I don't identify as one. So, like, no matter what, you're just wrong. And you can be wrong because I don't care. So then the next day, she commented on my Relax and Get Personal Q&A video. Just the word, she commented twice. So she commented once and just said, "Man." But then she commented 40 minutes later and just said, "You're a woman." Like, and not like woman, like women, like plural. So that was funny to me because I check my like YouTube studio, like the comments, like not that much. I check it when I wake up a few times throughout the day and, you know, before I go to bed, but the main one is when I wake up. And so I just loved waking up and seeing 1 hour ago, "Man," 18 minutes ago, "You're a woman." I just thought that was the funniest fucking thing. So hold on. So and she's also subscribed to me. She's been subscribed to me for 4 days. I don't know why. Hi, Kaylin. Hey, Queen. So she commented, "Man," and I said, "Didn't you comment on a different video of mine yesterday? I see you've got a fan. Hope you subbed." She replied, which I wasn't expecting either. She said, "Yes, I subbed." And I said, "Thanks for the fan behavior. I guess now's a good time to stop you from embarrassing yourself by posting those comments. I know you think you're really going to insult me or something by saying I'm a man, but I don't identify as male and I wasn't born male either, so your comments don't have any effect, LOL." And that, I mean, that's just that. Like, that's the truth. But I thought it was fucking hilarious. She responds and she says, "Sure." Like, she says "sure" with like 5 E's. Like, "Sure." Huh? Insinuating that I'm like lying. I don't know what part of it she thought I was lying about, because like, this is all the truth. I wasn't born male and I don't identify as male. And she's embarrassing herself. That's also true. And it's fan behavior. That's also true. So, like, what part of this are you, like, doubting? I'm assuming that she was doubting the fact that I was not born male. And I'm also assuming it's because of my voice, which, again, if you have, like, looked at my channel for more than, like, 6 minutes, you'll know that it's because I was on testosterone and now I'm not. But, you know, anyway. So, so she says, "Sure." And I just said, I replied and I said, "Let me just make sure I'm understanding your logic. You're subscribed to me and are only here to continuously comment on my posts with weird speculations and what are meant to be insults about my gender. When I tell you that what you're insinuating isn't even correct because I was born female, you then insinuate that I'm lying despite not knowing me in real life, without ever seeing my genitalia or seeing my birth certificate. That sums it up, right? And you think that this makes sense, that what you're doing is logical? You just come off as weird and transphobic towards trans women, even though I'm literally not even a trans woman. You're sad and gross, LOL." To which she didn't respond. I don't know why. It's almost because she would just look even dumber if she did. But I thought that entire interaction was funny. And it's also one thing that genuinely bothers me. I mean, transphobia is obviously, you know, really shitty, but transphobia towards trans women especially is, like, I feel like the more prevalent one, which I don't get it, you know? I had a whole ass TERF comment on one of my videos once. Hold on. Let me look at this up. Where is she? What am I doing? Oh shit, did she delete it? Oh, no. Did she delete it? It's hard to, I just looked up the word period and like I don't know if any of you like use YouTube Studio, but whenever you're looking at comments, you can like filter by looking at specific words. But like a lot of people, oh shit, I have to plug my computer in. Pause. Wait, 1 second. Gotta get my charger. Hello. What was I saying? Oh, yes. A lot of people will, like, say things and be like, they'll be like, period. And so whenever I look up the word period, I have to sort through all those comments. Not that I'm complaining. Please keep commenting on my stuff. It boosts me in the algorithm. And I need that so I can make enough money to quit my job that I hate. So please comment. Anyway, beep bop, beep boop, beep beep. Here we go. I found it. So this person... her name's just, actually, I'm not gonna say her name because it doesn't fucking matter. Okay, so let's see. So this was on my, video about Charlie, and I started off the video by saying my skin looked bad because I was about to start my period. Which was true, because, again, I was born with a vagina, and that's sometimes what happens when you have a vagina, okay? So... this person commented and said, wait, was it a joke or do you think you can get a period? ... I'm not here to say you're not a woman. If you think you are, sure. But to say that someone who wasn't born as a biological woman can get a period is offensive to biological women that experience bleeding and terrible pain. Which is, that whole thing is TERF logic. If you don't know, so TERFs, T-E-R-F, is trans exclusionary radical feminists. It's just women that hate trans people, especially trans women. And this just smells like TERF shit. If you're familiar with like trans community and like TERF stuff, then you can, I'm sure, recognize that this is just full of TERF shit. Okay, I'm just gonna break down this whole comment. Was it a joke or do you think you can get a period? Why would I joke about that? Why? Genuinely, who does that? No one does that, to my knowledge. Not even trans women do that. No trans woman says that they are getting a period if they're not getting a period, because they understand that they can't, unless they have had, like, a surgery. I think you can get... Oh, God. I'm gonna have to show off my lack of biology skills. What is it that causes the period? The uterus? Because you can get a uterus transplant. So, majority of trans women, to my knowledge, unless, like... I don't know much about trans women surgeries, because I'm not a trans woman. I love how when I furrow my brows, this one just goes up. Because my eyebrows just don't look the same ever. So, that's fun. Literally, what was I talking about? Okay, yeah, was it a joke, or do you think you can get a period? So, why would I joke about that? Why would I make a joke about that when it has literally no relevance to the video? And why would I, like, not specify that it's a joke? Because sometimes whenever I make jokes that aren't very obvious, I then say it's a joke just for people to, like, understand it, just in case. Or do you think you can get a period? Do you think... do you know me? Have you met me? Have you seen me naked? Like... What was the reason? Do you think that I'm delusional? Am I, like, do you think that I'm, like, I've convinced myself I can get one? I have. It's because I can. Like, what? Okay. The second bit of this. I'm not here to say you're not a woman. If you think you are, sure. I mean, that doesn't offend me, because I don't identify as a woman. But, if I was a trans woman, what a backhanded ass compliment. And that, like, I'll go into, like, this thread more, because someone actually argues with this woman, and she's like, I'm not transphobic. you very clearly are, so fuck you. But, like, if you think you are, sure. That's such, like, a backhanded, shitty thing to say. And then to say someone who wasn't born as a biological... To say that someone who wasn't born as a biological woman can get a period is offensive to biological women. No, it's fucking not. No, it is not. If you're offended, that's a personal problem because you're a TERF that takes too much pride in the fact that you get periods. And that's kind of weird. Like, who likes periods enough to be like, to like, gatekeep them? Like, why are you gatekeeping periods? From me as well. Why are you gatekeeping periods from someone that gets one? It's because you thought I couldn't. It's because you thought I was lying for some fucking reason. Because, yeah, that's a normal thing for me to do. But it's also like, that's not offensive. Because it doesn't affect you in any way. And so I replied, and I said, I was born female, moron. Get the fuck out of here with your TERF bullshit. Because, yeah. And also, so two people, actually, I didn't even notice this, two people, two great people, commented. So one of them said, coming from a woman myself, I take no offense to someone who wasn't born a woman saying they're getting their period soon. Not saying Grayson isn't a real woman. I appreciate the sentiment, I really do. I don't identify as a woman, but, like, that doesn't bother me because you were defending me, so I don't care. And then they continue on and say, or she, sorry, it's just, why would you take that offensively? Like, seriously, this generation takes things way too far with offense that it's almost unbelievable. Where's the lie? Like, why would you find that offensive? You're so weird. I don't get it. Why would you be offended at someone else saying that they're getting their period? Someone that you didn't even realize literally got one and continues to get one. Like, dude, fuck. People are so dumb. And then someone else also, someone else said, so you assumed that she, parentheses, or they, I don't know the pronouns, probably lied about having a period because of the voice with 2 question marks, which is the only reason I can assume, like, she assumed that, because I do, like, and that's another thing. I don't even think my voice is that deep. I get called, I work, I do tech support. I'm not going to say what company it's for because I don't want to. It's a fruit. But I do tech support for a company that's called a fruit, and I work over the phones to do tech support, and I get called she all the time because my voice is not that deep, and it doesn't bother me. I don't care. But that's the thing, I'm assuming that she commented that because of my voice, because it's not very light or whatever. So that's what this person asked, like, you made that assumption because of the voice. So, let's see. So then the TERF replies to the first one, talking about, like, the first one that was like, why are you taking offense to this? The TERF replies and said, well, as a woman myself, I do take offense. To say that transgender women have a period would be idiotic because that it's not possible at the time and they just disqualify our pain during periods. No, they don't. The thing is, though, is that they literally don't. Like, there is zero logic in that. And actually, let me just make sure I'm saying the right thing, because I could be wrong, but I thought there was a way for trans women to get periods. Let me just look at this. Yeah, because I know that you can get period symptoms, which is, correct me if I'm wrong, like, if you're a trans woman, please comment about this, because I'm curious. Like, that is, you can get that, and that includes, like, cramps and shit. And so, like, you're literally getting the pain. So how would a trans woman disqualify your pain if they are literally feeling the same pain? Riddle me that, TERF. You can't, because you literally don't have logic. They disqualify our pain during periods. No, they actually don't, though. They, actually don't. So then the TERF replies to the woman, or to the person, sorry, that commented saying, oh, you assumed because of the voice. The TERF replies to that comment and said, ah ha ha ha, you just put words into my mouth, so you think her voice sounds like a man's voice, XD, like the laughing face, but like the D is lowercase, so it looks like the dead eyes with like a sad face, I guess? I don't know. Which is like, oh, sorry, my charger fell. So at this point, you're gaslighting, okay? Because it is very obvious that you implied that you made your original comment because you did not assume I was a biological woman, assumably because of the voice, right? So now you're gonna be like, what, you're putting words in my mouth. Yeah, because we know how to, use context clues and read between the lines and use inferencing skills because we passed 4th fucking grade. Like, we know you're not slick. People know what you were implying. I know you think that that was like a really good little jab, but like, no, it wasn't. That's crazy, is that it wasn't. So then this person said, replied to that comment about putting the words in the mouth and said, I don't. You said, wait, was it a joke or do you think you can get a period? Like, basically, so, literally just quoting, entirely quoted the TERF's comment and then said there was nothing wrong when she said that her period was coming soon. You literally said, do you think you can get a period? Why would you even ask that in the first place? She said it and she really wasn't joking. Thank you. Like, what? I like that she quoted her entire comment to just make her look dumb because she's dumb. TERF, you're dumb. So then the TERF replies, I didn't think she was trans by her voice. You assumed I did. So then what was it? What was it? Because there is literally no other inference than that. Like, there's no other inkling than that. What was it? I've literally worn shirts where you can see my boobs, so you can't say that I look like a man. I don't look like anything particularly, but I don't look... If I, woman, man, I'm more on this side than I am this side, In my opinion, I could be wrong. So, again, just trying to gaslight this woman. So then, she replies and said, well, from your comment, it sounded really transphobic. Yeah, because it was. Because, she's a TERF, and you can tell she is. And you want to know how I, know for a fact that she is? It's because when I said... The Super Bowl's on, by the way. So, there's people at my house. Yeah, so how do I know she's a TERF? I mean, aside from the obvious, the fact that I know how to read, is the fact that when I called her out for it, she didn't reply. She chose to have full conversations with this other person, but not me, when I was able to see through her immediately. Interesting. I know how the fucking game is played, moron. I know. Okay? Sorry, I sound, aggressive. It's because people are... as I said, I'm not offended. I don't take offense. I just, get annoyed at people when they're fucking dumb, and this person's fucking dumb. I'm not offended. I'm annoyed. Because you're unintelligent. So that's that. So this person said, your comment sounded really transphobic. The TERF replies and says, the fuck, how? I don't care what gender people are. It's their body. I get angry when trans women say, oh, I'm getting my period soon, and then be like, yeah, oh my god, I have to shit really bad. Just like a real period. No, bitch. And then, in parentheses, she said, for mistaking her as a trans, I apologize, though I didn't mean to. Just thought she was one of those people on Twitter, that's all. There's a lot to digest in that comment. So, first of all, asking how you sounded transphobic. Did you, read what you commented? You know it. You know how it sounded transphobic. Because you are transphobic. Because you're a TERF. That's crazy. I don't care what gender people are, it's their body. So if you don't care because it's my body, then why'd you get mad that I said I was getting my period soon? Because I was. Why'd you get so offended by that, Miss Ma'am? That's crazy, but you don't care what gender people are because it's their body. Okay, so then mind your fucking business about mine. That's crazy. The fact that it's, like, not your business. The fact that your arguments are so weak that I can break them down. None of this is scripted, by the way. I don't script my podcast. I'm literally, this is off the fucking dome, me breaking down your arguments. They are that weak. That's crazy. Anyway, and then this whole thing, I'm getting my period soon. First of all, trans women don't say that. To my knowledge, speaking from trans women that I watch on YouTube, that I talk to online, that I've met in real life, I have never met a trans woman that said, I'm getting my period soon. I haven't. I literally have not. The whole thing of being like, OMG, I have to shit really bad, just like a real period. I feel like you are just making that up because who the fuck says that? And if, like, this is another thing where it's like, if a real person said that, it was either satire and you were too dumb to realize, or it was like one person that was like so out there that like doesn't represent the entire trans community, but you saw one person say it and therefore you were like, this is the trans. And it's fucking not. Like, you're ridiculous. You're choosing these bad examples just to justify being transphobic. And it's annoying. Like, it's genuinely annoying. But it's also kind of funny because you just look stupid. And then I love just thought she was one of those people on Twitter, that's all. Twitter is, like, in my opinion, the second most, like, toxic social media. I think TikTok is the first, but that's a video I'm writing, so I'm not going to dive into that. But Twitter, like, what person on Twitter, what trans woman on Twitter, like, unironically, unsatire, says, I'm getting my period in reference to a poop. And then you thought that I was one of those people. Why? Why? Like, why'd you think that? Because I said I was getting my period soon? Because I was? What? I also love it's just continuing to misgender me, even though my pronouns are in my about section, they're on my Twitter, they're in my TikTok bio, they have been for like months as well, and these comments are only a few weeks old, so like there's not that excuse. Obviously, she didn't do her research, because if she did, she wouldn't have commented in the first place, because she would have realized how fucking dumb she looked. So, and that was the end of the conversation. Nobody replied to her, because there's nothing to say. There's not. So, that's that. And then, here's one. This is what got my brain rolling a little bit, that made me, I guess, decide today's the day we talk about gender. I got this comment last night. Where is it? I think it's on my Nikita video. Why am I doing that? Okay. Someone commented on my Nikita Dragon video and said, "Are you trans or what's going on here? I was about to call you she, but then I saw you go by Grayson. Now I'm just confused." And I'm like, I'm not gonna get mad at this person, because it was like, there was no malice in this comment. It's an innocent comment. I honestly just thought it was kind of funny. And I think it's an example of like, wow, gender stereotypes are stupid. So I'm assuming I'm wearing eyeliner, whoop-de-doo, in that video. I'm assuming that because I was wearing eyeliner, you were going to refer to me as she, which is like, I don't know, more than just women can wear makeup. That's crazy. And then it's also like, then I saw you go by Grayson. Fun fact, in my professional communication skills class that I took last year, like last spring semester, there was a girl in that class named Grayson, spelled like the exact same way as me, and we sat like across from each other. It was kind of funny. But it's just like, so you saw, I guess, a stereotypically a stereotypically girl thing, which is the makeup, but then you saw a stereotypically male thing, which was my name, I guess, and that confused you a lot. And I don't blame you. And again, like, I'm not trying to make fun of you because like, this is an innocent comment. I don't care, but it's just an example of like, for like 42 seconds would take you. So let's see. So hold on. Let me count this. So you're looking at the video on YouTube, okay? You're watching me. You're like, what's going on? So let's just see. So you can actually click on my name here. That takes you to my homepage. You can click on the About section. Oh, the first thing in there is my pronouns. That's crazy. And I'm not trying to call out this person specifically. I guess that's an example to like anyone that comments it, of like showing of like, oh, it's just that easy. So that's that. I don't know. I feel like, and it's also like, I like so many comments of like, let me see. Yeah, someone else 2 days ago commented, "Are you a boy or a girl?" I replied, "I'm a god." Funny. I'm so funny, I know. But I get comments like that literally all the time. And it's just like, one, why does it matter for you to consume my content? Like, I don't feel like that's an important thing to know, to like listen to what I'm saying. It's also just funny of like, people feel the need to like know. Like, people feel the need to wrap their brain around it. Which I think is cool because that means I confuse people. And that's, at this point, that is my goal. So, that's funny. I think that's it for my comment rant. Let's move into the advice column, okay? Advice time. It is advice time. If you have some advice, or you need some advice from me for some reason, then you can email me at graysonsprojectscontact@gmail.com. So, I got 3 for us today. The first one says, "Hi Grayson, my name is Hazel. I'm 14 and I think I'm trans. I'm also bisexual and trying to figure stuff out, but I guess I'm just reaching out to see if you have any advice for a young LGBTQ kid." Okay, so let's see. So 14 is when I started questioning my gender. And I don't want to give advice. I don't want to like overimpose myself and my opinion. I don't want to like influence how you choose identifying. I'll try to give very neutral advice, which is that there is literally not, okay, despite what anyone is going to tell you, there's nothing wrong with questioning your gender. There's nothing wrong with experimenting with different names or pronouns, or, you know, like even visibly self-expression. There's literally nothing wrong with it. Trying things out until you realize, you know, what you truly identify as. I think a good example of that is, I see it a lot on TikTok of people being like, sorry, if you hear like weird banging, it's because I keep accidentally knocking into my coffee mug. I see it on TikTok all the time. People being like, "Hey, can you try out these pronouns for me? Like, I'm curious and I want to know how I would feel if I was referred to that way." I think that's a great way to do it. I did that. I literally did that. I was like, what if, LOL, we referred to me as they, them? And I fucking have never looked back. So that's that. But yeah, I think confiding in like people that you trust, people that are close friends, to like talk to, not to like, I wouldn't say come out, especially if you don't know, or if you're unsure. And even if you aren't like 100% sure, hold on, how do I word this? Don't come out until you're ready. But also, if you come out and you realize, oh, like maybe this wasn't 100% the right choice for me, and I don't think that I identify as this, that's okay. I feel like there's a lot of shame that comes with detransitioning, and like even I'm like guilty of that. Like when I was tripping the other night, and I was just talking to my boyfriend about like shame in that like area. I would say like there might be that shame if you come out and then you realize that you're, like, not that thing. But eventually, like, doing what's best for you is gonna, like, outweigh that shame. But before you even get to that, I guess you have to figure out what you are, because you did say you're trying to figure stuff out. And I don't necessarily, like, I don't think I have advice for, like, figuring things out other than just, like, trying stuff and seeing what makes you happy. Because you said here, like, your email says a different name, but you're trying a more feminine name. And that's, like, a fucking great first step, is trying a different name. I had several names before I settled on Grayson. And I mean, I settled on that with, like, the help of my dad, but I fucking love my name. So yeah, like, that's a great first step. I think just experimenting, you know? I don't think, like, there used to be such a stigma about, like, experimenting with, like, gender for some reason, even though, like, it's fine to experiment with sexuality, but it was always kind of, like, looked down upon to experiment with gender, which I just, at this point, I just don't get. You know, like, you're only 14, so obviously you have a lot of time ahead of you, and you are, I'm assuming you're either in 8th grade or freshman year, so, well, we are in online school now, so it is a little bit easier, but, like, high school sucks, and kids are mean, so that might, like, dampen your mood, I guess, but, like, the people that will support you are always, their opinion is always going to come before the people that, like, are like, ugh, what are you, you know? I hope that made sense. I'm trying to give, not, like, vague advice, but I'm not, like, I don't want you to, like, I don't want to sit here and be like, transition, or, like, whatever, because, you know, you might decide that it's not right, and if it's not, then that's totally fine. Like, whatever you do, and however long it takes for you to figure it out, it's gonna be totally okay, because it's your life, and you should figure yourself out. I think that self-expression and knowing your identity is a big key to just, like, overall, like, life satisfaction and happiness. And you have a lot of life ahead of you. So take your time, have fun. It's okay to not know everything, you know? And I feel like that is the end of that advice bit. Moving on to the next one. I'm going to get some water. This is a bit of a longer episode, folks. I didn't expect to go on that comment rant for as long as I did. I just love dumb people. I'm sorry. How's Oscar doing? Let's do a rat check. Ayo, rat check. Rodent, where are you? Rodent. Where's my Oscar boy? Hello, big boy. Hello. I love him so much. Look at that cutie boy. That big man, that fat boy. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll leave you alone. Side note, I started watching WandaVision last night. I watched all 6 episodes. That shit is fire. But I really dislike the fact that it's not Aaron Taylor Johnson playing Quicksilver. And I know a lot of people will be like, well, Evan Peters as Quicksilver is better. I don't give a fuck. Aaron Taylor Johnson is so much hotter. Do you know how badly I wanted to fuck Quicksilver when I watched Age of Ultron? A lot. I still do. No offense to Evan. One of them, they're both cute, but one of them's up there, and it's not Evan. I'm sorry. Moving on, let's go to the next bit of advice. This person did not want their name mentioned, so that is that. This one's actually pretty similar. Okay, so, hi Grayson, I'm asking for advice based off of my current gender situation. I'm only 14, but I've never felt any attachment to gender, and when I try to express that through fashion or makeup, my mom always shuts it down. I remember painting my nails for the first time. My mom snatched the bottle away from me and basically was confused to why I wasn't embarrassed. I try to be proud of my identity, but when living with her, it becomes hard. I love my mom, but she's so homophobic and so transphobic. My siblings know I'm gay, but don't know about my gender identity. I thought they were supportive, but my sister turned out to be very homophobic. During an argument, she called me slurs, tried to out me, and told me that I complain too much when my mom is against my gender expression. Friends are the only people I feel like I can be myself around, and I'm manifesting the day I can leave home all the time. I can't wait to be free with who I am, and can't wait for my mom to be more supportive. My dad doesn't really care what I do, which is so amazing, but sometimes it feels like my mom hates this part of me that doesn't fit into what she wants as her son. I just want to know how I can be happy because I feel like I deserve it. When I was really small, I went through a lot in terms of sexual violence, and seeing my sister go missing for a year and how that completely broke my family. As I'm getting older, I just want to heal. When I leave home, I will go to therapy and actually work on being happy, but until then, what should I do? That was a lot. Sorry, I try not to, I tend not to read the advice email before I come up to the podcast because I want to, I don't know, actually. I don't know why I do that. I want to be surprised, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of dumb. I want to experience reading it for the first time with y'all. Which I guess in the long run doesn't necessarily make a difference, but yeah, that took a turn that I was not expecting. So, and I don't mean to laugh. It's just, I'm laughing at the shock of myself, not of the content in that. So let's break this one down, yeah? So, this is another one where it's like you're only 14. So it's kind of, I guess the advice in the other one fits a little bit of just like figuring it out for your own happiness, and you have a lot of time to figure it out, so that's good, but the difference here is your home situation. I guess it depends, because, like, your mom's homophobic and your dad doesn't care. You didn't specify if your parents are together. If they are, then that sucks, because if they were, separated, then I would suggest going to your dad's if that was possible. Oscar, what are you doing? Hello? Okay. So he was trying to get into my Panda Express bag. I would suggest going, seeing if you could go to your dad's house, even if it's, an extended stay. You don't have to, pack your life and move to your dad's, but I think an extended stay would be good. If they are together, though, then that's tough. I guess it would just depend, because you say, when I'll leave home, I'll go to therapy and work on being happy. And I feel like you should work on being happy now, even when, this is obviously very hard stuff. And I would almost suggest, doing what I did and what a lot of people do, which is, when you're young and you don't have a job, you don't have a car, and even now that, we're stuck at home, and so you can't, go over to a friend's house, turn to the internet. Especially, honestly, TikTok, I feel like, is, as weird of a fucking app as TikTok is, I feel like it is a very good place, to find like-minded people, especially when it comes to identity. I didn't even realize that there was, a lot of people, that were, detransitioners on TikTok that were, talking about how, they feel ashamed and embarrassed of themselves, and there were a lot of people in the comments, boosting them up and relating to their experiences and offering advice, and I feel like for something like this especially, this is something that people would be able to relate to, and people would be able to help out with. There's people out there that would be willing to help, what's the right word, monetarily, money-wise, if you were to be I'm not saying beg for money on the internet, but if you were in the situation where you had no other option and you needed to leave, popping your Venmo on TikTok is a great way to get help. I don't know what to do about your mom, because it just seems like homophobic moms don't change until they realize that they've fucked up their entire relationship with their child, and even then it's not a guarantee that they'll change. My mom was kind of transphobic when I came out, but we worked past that. She's very proud of me and stuff. As for, like, gender expression, there was a thing I saw a long time ago. It was, like, not like a meme, but it was, like, one of those, like, helpful memes, like, innocent memes, I guess, or wholesome, that's the word, of, like, things you can do, when you're, like, trying to be more, like, when you're, like, transitioning to, like, a more feminine identity, um, of, like, small things you can do that don't necessarily draw attention to, like, yourself, or in this case, to, like, your homophobic mom. So, like, painting your nails. Like, you could do, like, a clear coat, because that's, like, a really subtle thing, but it's still, like, clear coats look fucking nice, you know? I think one of them was, like, parting your hair a different way. Um, Wearing things under your clothes. Like, you could wear, like, a cute bralette or something under a t-shirt, because it's cute and it's comfortable, and at the end of the day, nobody knows but you. I'm wearing a fucking bralette under this. Well, I'm wearing a tank top, but that's because I have pointy nipples, and I went in public today, and so I needed to cover my pointy nipples. That was so TMI. I am so sorry. But that's one thing, is, like, focusing on undergarments. Honestly, continuing to do stuff like this, like, reaching out to people online. It doesn't even have to be, like an email, like, in email form. Like, it can, again, be on TikTok, or, like, Tumblr, obviously, is, like, the fucking internet destination for all things LGBT. I think talking to your dad about going to therapy instead of waiting until, like, you can move out, I think that would be a lot more worthwhile, is, like, seeing if you can talk to your dad about it, because therapy is so expensive, and, you know, you can wait until you leave home, but when you leave home, you're going to be worried about, you know, paying rent. If you choose to go to college, you're going to be worried about paying for school. Unless you find a job that has health insurance, which is, you know, hard to find. But, you know, it's there. But it's like, if you don't have that option, then you would have to pay for health insurance, you know, to get help with therapy, or you would have to pay for therapy out of pocket, which is fucking ridiculously expensive. There's also, I don't remember the exact term for it, but at a certain point, like, this would be more for university, college people. Like, there are therapists that are cheaper because they are currently, like, learning, or, like, they're in school for therapy and, like, psychology and shit. So they have the same education stuff. They're on their way of, like, getting, you know, their degree, their certificate. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but because they're just trying to get that experience of, like, talking to real people outside of a classroom, they charge really, really cheap for therapy sessions. So if you are able to, like, if you have, like, a university in your area where you're able to, like, look at their, you know, department, I guess, like, I don't know how you would find it. I think there's, like, a list. I'm not entirely sure how you would find it, actually, but that is an option if you're able to. But I really would say hang out with your dad more, and talk to your dad about, you know, therapy and how you're feeling, because if he doesn't care, that's great, you know? It's so great to have someone that doesn't care. That it is almost like silent support can be really cool, especially when, like, I guess, for example, when I first started doing, like, makeup and stuff, and I was too scared to wear it out of my room, and then, like, I did on accident one day, because I, like, left the house with my friends, and then I came home, and one of my roommates was, like, standing by the doorway, and so we, like, made, you know, clearly he saw, but he just didn't say anything about it, and I really appreciated that, and I feel like silent support like that, or in the instance where, like, he doesn't care, I think is really helpful and really good. So hang out with your dad, look into therapy, look into online resources, and do what, like, makes you happy. Yeah. I feel like that's a good conclusion to that one. I hope that made sense. I kind of went on a weird tangent, in the beginning as I was trying to formulate my, like, points, but I think I got my points across. Oh, shit, whoops, I skipped over one. Okay, I was like, I know there's 3, but I skipped over one. This is actually the first one I got. Okay, so this is from Ash. This one, this is the last advice. Oh my gosh, we're at 55 minutes. This is going to be the longest episode yet, folks. So, this one says, "Hi Grayson, I've been watching your YouTube for a few months and I love you. Thank you. Anyways, I'm going to be 18 in like 2 years and I don't feel prepared. I don't talk to people, like not even my friends, and terrifies me to even think about it. And in the real world, you have to talk to people. I also was never taught how to cook or do laundry and even spend money or anything like that. You seem to have adulting figured out, so if you got tips or anything, that would really help. Thank you, from Ash." I don't know why. Maybe when I skimmed over this, I thought it was about gender. It's not, but that's okay. That's okay. I love that you think I have adulting figured out. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. I hate being an adult, but I will most certainly try to give advice. So, you don't feel prepared? Good. You're not supposed to. And a lot of people that think that they are prepared have a really rude fucking awakening. You will never have your shit together until you're in your 20s. And that's on period. I don't even have my shit together. I'm 20 and I don't have my shit together. And that's totally fine. There's so much pressure to, like, know exactly what you want to do with your life by the time you graduate high school. And I think that that shit is ridiculous. I think it is absolutely ridiculous because there's no way someone who is just a child is gonna, like, be able to just take on the world like that. It's not realistic. And if you don't feel prepared, that's entirely okay because, like, you're not gonna be, you know? And when you think you are, you're not, actually. So I feel like don't stress about it because, in my opinion, you learn from experience. Like, was never taught how to cook or do laundry or spend money or anything like that. I don't know how to cook. I don't. I had to learn. I make some spaghetti. I make some chicken strips. I make what I can, you know? Like, you don't have to be extravagant, but enough to, you know, get your protein, get your carbs, get whatever. There's also, like, excuse me, that was gross. There's also, like, meal kits at, you know, H-E-B, Walmart, I'm assuming Kroger and other grocery stores that I don't have. Like, not microwavable meals, but, like, things that you put in the oven. Like, for example, H-E-B is a grocery store in Texas. They have these fucking, they are so scrumptious. They're these, like, pre-made, like, pre-cooked, it's, like, pre-cooked, but it's cold. You still have to put it in the oven. But it is, seafood. It's, like, seafood stuffed salmon with, like, asparagus on the side, okay? So it's, like, salmon, and it has, like, crab and, like, other, like, crushed up seafood shit in the middle of it, and you got the asparagus, and it's, like, $6. You put it in the fucking oven for, like, 20 minutes. It is so good. It fills you up for the whole day, and you don't even know how to cook, cook it. You don't need to know. You just put it in the oven, and then you eat it. It tastes awesome. Things like that are really helpful, because I don't know how to cook, and to, like, even make really good meals, like, when you know how to cook, I feel like you need, like, a lot of groceries to do it, and when you're, you know, freshly an adult, you're not gonna be able to afford a lot of groceries. So smaller things like that, or things you can buy in bulk, are really handy. Doing laundry. This is really dependent, I guess. What I do is I do all of my colored clothes together. If I have, like, a lot of laundry built up, then, you know, I'll do, like, pinks, reds, orange together, and then, like, blue, greens together, and then I'll do my blacks and my whites together. Throw in 2 Tide Pods, and you're fucking good to go, you know? Like, you don't have to, if you have Tide Pods, you don't have to do anything. And if you don't have Tide Pods, laundry lids, they'll have, like, a little measuring thing, like, inside the lid that tells you, like, based off of how much clothes you have, it'll tell you how much, like, laundry detergent you need. That's very helpful. Spending money. This one I cannot give advice on. I can't because I have zero money management skills. It's fucking embarrassing. I don't know what I'm doing. I need help. Writing out a budget is really good. And that's really all I can say. Because again, I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to money. I'm very fortunate to have a well-paying job. But dude. Sorry, I just got an email about my iCloud. I feel like that's really it. Like, it's learning from experience. I had to learn how to ride, like, a public transportation last year. That shit was terrifying. But then I figured it out, and I loved riding the bus. And I don't do it now because of, 5 letters, 2 numbers. But I learned through experience. Just honestly, like, experiencing life is the best way of, like, figuring out how to navigate life, And I feel like that's all I can say about it. Why am I so out of breath? I'm sorry. I think I'm gonna end it now because we're at an hour, folks. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this podcast. If you are still listening, like and comment and subscribe. And I will see you next Monday for my podcast. I'm going to go take a shower and probably go to bed, even though it's only like 7 p.m. So, okay, thank you and goodbye. This lighting is not good for my nose. Whatever.